Hey guys, this is Jordan here, and today I'd like to do a team building video for Heroclix, and I'd like to just talk a little bit about how theme teams work when you're thinking about building a team. This video is actually by request from that Clicks guy who wanted to see some Heroclix team building, and usually I like to try and either play theme teams or I just use figures that I haven't used before just so I get to use them. I'm more of a casual player when I play at tournaments at my local comic shop, just kind of going more to have fun than to try and dominate everybody. But, you know, there are some things that you can do to do a theme team and build a competitive team. So first up, I'll show you one of the theme teams I used back towards when I first started playing. This is an XForce team. So on the card, you can see all of them have this XForce keyword. I don't know if you can read that very well. But yeah, like Wolfsbane is XForce. Everybody on here is XForce. So since they all share that keyword, then that's a theme team. So it's beneficial for several reasons. When you roll at the beginning of the game, you can roll and add however many members of that team you have on your theme team to your roll. So that is very helpful strategically to get the first turn and to pick map. So with these guys, since there are 7 people, these are all 500-point teams that I'm showing you today. With this many people, you have a very good chance of winning that roll. And with X-Force, one thing that everybody on it has is they have the stealth ability. So they can hide out and hindering terrain. And that kind of forces your opponents to come to you, and you can try and use that to set up the battlefield how you like it. Usually when you're building teams, you try and go for a couple, like 1 or 2 big attackers, and then some supporting pieces that can perplex people to give them better stats, or outwit your opponents to take away their abilities. This team is more of a straight up just try and hit them, which if you're trying to build a competitive theme team, you probably want to be a little more diverse than this. But if you're like me and you like just playing more comic accurate teams, then this is the kind of team you can do. And you can still have fun with these things, because what you can do with that map choice, like there's still a lot of strategies that you can use. Like I said, you can use all these people with stealth after you pick a map with a lot of hindering terrain in it, and then your enemies have no choice but to come to you. And one nice thing about all the X-Force members is pretty much all of them have Blades, Claws, Fangs, or Exploit weakness, so they'll be able to take out those bigger characters that your enemy has. But it's also a fragile team, because like I found out when I played it, if you play somebody using a Superman team ability or the Ultimates team ability, where they ignore terrain for line of sight purposes, then you're just out in the open and you can get shot up, and nobody on this team has range except for a couple special clicks, I think, for Warpath. He has Knife Throw, and he can use Penetrating Psychic Blast as if he had a range of 6. That's a special power he gets. And then also, Psylocke has Psycho Blast, and that lets her do the same thing. But that's really all the ranged attack that you have. So, you know, kind of a setback there, but you can do a theme team like that. Or this is a more rounded competitive theme team here, and you can also diversify a bunch. Like these are X-Men, and that's a really nice keyword for people to have, and especially if they have the X-Men team ability. None of these do, actually Angel does, but nobody else does. But really check out team abilities too when you use that when you're trying to put together theme teams, because if you have a bunch of X-Men with the X-Men team ability, and especially Cyclops, then you can have your characters healing each other. Spider-Man team ability, you can copy any other team ability that there is. So it's just a really nice thing to have. Actually, Phoenix here has the power Cosmic, which means none of her powers can be countered, and that's very nice. So with this theme team, you can kind of go with the more routine type of thing, where you have the heavy hitter, which is definitely Phoenix here, and she's going to draw a lot of attention. But the Power Cosmic helps a lot for that because then she won't be able to be outwitted, so she still has all of her powers. She can never lose those. And then backing her up as your secondary attacker, you can have Cable, and he's more of a ranged combat guy. So he starts out with stealth, so you can use Angel, who is a very good carrier. This is the 50-point X-Men, like, first-class Angel. And for 50 points, and he has a special ability, Master Aerialist, so he can carry people without any penalty. So you can use that to carry Cable over and drop him into some hindering terrain where he has a good line of sight on people. And he can start picking people off while Phoenix is going around doing her thing and just soaking up the attention. And then Angel is around to carry Cable to any new places he needs to be. That way you don't waste any movement actions, or waste any actions by making Cable move himself. So that's another thing you can do. Then the generic keywords are also very nice. Like, you can make some very powerful teams with generic keywords. One of the most popular in tournament play is the Scientist keyword. And that's because there are so many just great scientist figures that have amazing special powers. I kind of just threw this one together. It's not very coherent, but you can see with this, you kind of go away from any traditional teams, and it's really just the fact that they're all scientists is what puts them together as a theme team. And that's a generic keyword. When you put, I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about this. When you put together theme teams, you can get theme team probability controls, theme team probs. And that's based on however many figures you have and however many points the battle is. But the more figures that you have, the more theme team probs you get, which means that basically you get a probability control. You can make your opponent re-roll, or you can re-roll one of your rolls. You just give one of your characters an action token. So that's very nice. So like the XForce team I was talking about before, since they have a lot of characters, they'd have more theme team probs. But anyways, back to this. Scientists is a very popular one just because there are so many great scientist characters. Dr. Octopus here is one of my favorites. He has this 4 arms, 4 eyes ability, so he can use Perplex 4 times on himself. There is the rule of 3 in Heroclix, so you can't perplex any one ability up by more than 3. But he could do something like perplex up his damage by 2 and his attack by 2, making it more likely that he's going to hit somebody and then he'll do more damage. So that's very nice. And then there's things like Dr. Doom, who can always break away automatically, and use Running Shot when he breaks away. And then Mr. Fantastic, just Outwit. Like, all these scientists have powers like Outwit and Perplex, so they do a great job of stopping your opponent from doing whatever they try to do. So as you can see, there are a lot of options with theme teams because there are so many shared keywords, and the characters to pick from in Heroclix now are so diverse. There have been so many characters made that you always have good options. So you can still make very competitive teams that have good strategies and play them against people who aren't necessarily using theme teams but are just going for the big characters. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about theme teams a little bit, and again, this one was for That Clicks Guy, so That Clicks Guy, I hope you enjoyed it.